I've been seeing Vlad ask his guests. He even asked Fajon Love and he asked a few other people about, you know, your input. You said that gangbanging is worse than slavery.
Yeah, yeah. And they keep saying, well, slavery lasts 400 years. They gave the slaves somewhere to live. Even black people owned slaves. They just didn't beat the slaves because they needed the slaves to be healthy. They taught the slaves, eventually they ended up teaching the slaves how to read. They didn't wake up every day and say, hey, let's go kill slaves. No. And only a small portion of white people really own slaves. That's what most people don't want to believe, and that's what most people don't know. It was a small percentage of white people who owned slaves. When you look at gangbanging, black people never had the mindset to kill one another. So number one, that's what make it worse than slavery any day. Because when black people saw each other back then, it wasn't to kill each other. Now it's to kill each other. When black people woke up as slaves, their idea was to one day be free, not to look out in the slave quarters and bring oppression to the slave quarters. You see what I'm saying? Man, for anybody to say that gangbanging wasn't worse than slavery, homie, is ludicrous. That 400 years ain't got shit on this 50 year. That 400 years of slavery doesn't have nothing on the 50 years of cycles of gun violence and mayhem that's been black on black. You know what make it worse? You know what make it worse? You know what's worse than anything? You killing your mama, you killing your brother, you killing the people in your family that live in your house. That's worse than anything. Than you going outside of your house doing anything to anybody. And that's what gangbanging is doing, homie. We in the house. And when we go outside, we worrying about them, man, well, you killed my cousin. Man, look what you're doing inside your house. How can you justify it? And everybody he asks, you always see they have to go, they don't never have you always see that question rocks them. Because in their soul, and in their spirit, they know it to be true. Our ancestors are screaming from the grave. You know how many people have joined them from gangbanging in 50 years? Man, the numbers that the Ku Klux Klan, they surpassed the number of deaths that's documented that the Ku Klux Klan have killed, homie, and lynchings. Lynchings were legal, so they kept documentations on them. You could be legally lynched. So they had documentations on every nigga been hung somewhere that they found hung or who they could name something just about. The ones they don't, hey, they don't. But man, there's evidence. There's qualitative evidence, there's quantitative studies and statistics that says and prove what I'm saying.